Hi guys, I'm back with another video, and it's Pinky and Rex and the Just Right Pet by James Home, Howie, illustrated by Melissa Sweet. Pinky and Rex were in the middle of playing their favorite board game when Pinky noticed the time. "Oh no," he said, jumping up. "I'm gonna be late." Rex glanced at the clock on her bedroom wall. "But if you leave now," she said, "I win." "I know, but this is important. We have a family meeting. We are going to decide about getting a pet." "A pet? You better hurry, Pinky. What if your mom and dad are letting Amanda decide without you?" Pinky looked worried. "I don't think they would do that, would they?" he said. Without waiting for an answer, he ran as quickly as he could to his house across the street. "It's about time," his little sister Amanda said. Their parents were sitting on either side of the kitchen table. "Sorry, I'm late," Pinky said. If you are 5 more minutes late to the meeting, you will lose your vote," said Amanda. "Forever." Pinky sat down. "You already lost your vote," he said, "because you were late the last time." Amanda glared at Pinky. I was in the bathroom," she said. "You were singing in the bathroom. I heard you." "No fair," said Amanda. "Anyone who listens outside bathroom doors loses his vote." Does not. Forever. No way." "Amanda, Pinky," their mother said firmly. "Enough. We have more important things to talk about, and everyone gets to vote. We need to decide once and for all." Their father said what kind of pet they want. "A dog," Pinky shouted. "A cat," Amanda cried. "A problem," their mother said. "How about a goldfish?" asked their father. It was the next day, and Pinky was not happy. Amanda had voted for a cat. His mother had voted for a cat. Even his father, who was started to saying he wanted a dog, he had voted for a cat. Only Pinky had voted for a dog. He had tried to vote twice, but Amanda said his vote didn't count even once because he was late, and he listened at the bathroom doors. "My mom and dad said a dog would be too much work," Pinky told Rex. They were sitting on the front steps of Father and Amanda to the supermarket. "I told them I would take care of it," said Pinky, and I would feed it and take it on a walk and clean it up after everything." "It sounds fair," Rex said. Pinky shook his head. "That's not what my mom and dad think. They said it wouldn't be fair to accept me to do all of that. I'm only 7, they said." "But I really want a dog, Rex." "Cats are okay, but they don't love you the way dogs do." Rex nodded. "You're right," she said. Pinky leaned forward Rex and whispered back, I think my dad really wants a dog more than a cat. So when we go to the animal shelter tomorrow, I'll find a really cute dog and say, "Hey Dad, look at this." And all I will have to do is get him to take one little look at the puppy. Will be on its way home with me. Rex nodded seriously. "That's a good plan," she said as Pinky's father and Amanda came out of the house and Amanda ran past them to the car. Pinky scrambled into the car after Rex. All I have to do is keep my fingers crossed until tomorrow," he told her softly, and get Amanda to stop talking about kittens all the time. As the car pulled away, Amanda said, "Another reason kittens are better is that they purr. Dogs don't purr." They don't know how my kitten's gonna purr all the time. Pinky crossed all of his fingers, and he put his hand in his lap and crossed his thumbs. "Puppy," he said under his breath. "Puppy, puppy." But when his father pulled out into the parking lot in front of the supermarket, Pinky knew that even if he can have his toes crossed as his fingers, the thumb, nothing was gonna bring him good luck. "Look," Amanda squealed. There, right next to the door of the market, sat a girl in a big cardboard box. On the side of the box said, "Free kittens." By the time others reached her, Pinky's little sister was already cuddling a tiny ball of black, white, and orange fur. "Look at this little baby," she said. "Isn't it the coolest thing?" Daddy made Amanda stop, Pinky said. "I'm gonna throw up." But Pinky's father didn't hear him. He was too busy looking at the kitten himself. "Isn't it awfully cute?" he said. The girl said. "The kitten is a she." Pinky looked in the box. There were 2 short-haired black kittens, which had a spot of white on its tail. They were cute, but they were not nearly as cute as the one Amanda held in her arm. "Can we have it, Daddy?" Amanda pleaded. "Please!" She gazed up at her father with wide eyes. Pinky looked first at the kitten in his sister's arm, then at the impression on his dad's face. 2 by 2, he crossed his fingers goodbye to his plan and to his puppy. Chapter 3, Patches. Amanda insisted that the kitten be named Patches. She made a bed for her out of a box and an old pillow and a towel. "She will love this bed," Amanda informed Pinky as she plucked the kitten down. Patches sniffed the towel, mewed, and climbed out. "She will learn to love this bed," Amanda said, scooping the kitten up and plucking her back down into the bed. This time, Patches didn't even bother sniffing before climbing out of the box. Amanda's mother stood in the doorway. "Amanda," she said, "remember Patches belongs to everyone. She is the family pet." "I know that," said Amanda. But as soon as her mother left the room, Amanda turned into Pinky and said, "She's really mine." I was the first one to hold her, and that makes me her mother. Pinky shrugged. I don't care, he said. You shouldn't, said Amanda, giving Patches a tight squeeze. That the kitten squealed. Naughty kitty, Amanda said. Don't you know I love you? Maybe you should squeeze her so hard, Pinky suggested. Maybe you shouldn't squeeze her so hard, Pinky suggested. I'm not squeezing her too hard, said Amanda. I know how to squeeze a kitten. I'm her mother after all. Pinky shook his head, got up, and left his sister's room. He winced as he heard the kitten squeal again. That night, Pinky lay in the bed thinking he was glad they had a pet, even if it was only a kitten. He didn't really mind that Amanda thought the kitten was hers, but he would have probably felt the same way when they got in a puppy. What bothered him was that he hadn't had a chance to put on his plan into action. If only he had been able to get his father to look at a puppy the way he looked at the kitten. Pinky was sure that he convinced him to get a dog. Pinky drifted off to sleep the same way he had many times before, picturing a dog laying at his foot of the bed. His dog, sometime in the middle of the night, he woke up with a start. Something was attacking his foot. In the rectangle of the moonlight, he made out what the something was. Patches, he whispered. What are you doing here? The kitten jerked her head up and looked at him, her shiny wet eyes glowing. When she looked back at the bump under the covers, flattened her ears, wiggled her rear end, and pounced again, Pinky couldn't help himself. He giggled. See how long this gets up to 40. Pinky's Secret. Chapter 4, Pinky's Secret. Every night after that, the same thing would happen. Patches would pounce on Pinky's foot. Pinky would wake up with a start. The two of them would play until they both got sleepy, and then Patches would curl up and curve on Pinky's shoulders and neck, purring so loudly that Pinky would have to stay up to say, "Hey, Patches, I'm supposed to go back to sleep with your motor running right next to my ear." But he always smiled when he said it. At first, Amanda had to be the one to feed Patches, but she got bored quickly. "I'll feed Patches," Pinky said, when he saw his father opening a bag of kitten food. "Fine with me," said his father. He handed the bag to Pinky and nodded towards Patches, who was rubbing herself against Pinky's ankle. "Looks like you've got a friend." Pinky smiled. "I guess," he said. Then putting a hand on the side of his mouth, he whispered, "She is not as good as a puppy, but she's okay. Don't tell her that I said that." Pinky's father nodded simply. "It would be a secret," he said. It wasn't the secret he had been keeping from Patches that bothered Pinky. However, it was a secret he was keeping from Amanda. The next day, while Amanda was at a birthday party, Pinky and Rex decided to make a playhouse for Patches out of cardboard, cartoons, and oatmeal container tubes. There were windows for Patches to look out, tunnels to climb out of the carpet, and old pieces of carpet for scratching. When they were all done, they took a big marker and wrote on the side, Patches Play Palace. Patches played in her palace for a long time. She loved it. Rex noticed how Patches would play in it for a while, then run to Pinky for more cuddling. But before going back to play again, that is so cute, Rex said, when Patches finally worn out from her playing, climbed up Pinky's shirt and nestled into her favorite spot to fall asleep. She's so little, she can sleep with you on your shoulder. She really loves you. Pinky raised his hand, gently stroked the kitten's back. It took him a long moment to tell Rex what was bothering him. Amanda thinks that Patches is all hers. He told her. But every night she comes to my room and sleeps in my bed. Amanda doesn't know. It's kind of a secret. Maybe Patches just likes you more, Rex said. Maybe, said Pinky. But it isn't fair. Amanda wanted her more than I did. I didn't care about the cat. I really wanted a dog. But that night, Pinky realized he was no longer picturing a dog laying at his foot of the bed as he drifted asleep. He was picturing Patches curled up next to his ear. He could almost hear her purring. Chapter 5. Gone. Amanda didn't seem to notice that Patches rubbed against Pinky's leg. However, whenever she was hungry, she didn't notice that it was Pinky who had taken in charge cleaning out the kitten's litter box. She never noticed why Patches was no longer in her room in the morning or where she had gone. She just kept on picking Patches up, squeezing her until the kitten squealed and squirmed to get her away. Tried to make her do the things that she didn't want to do and told her over and over again, "You're my kitty cat." Pinky stopped saying he was going to throw up every time she talked like that, but he couldn't stop thinking. But what he did say was, "You're not too rough with her, Amanda. Be nice." And Amanda always said, "I am nice. Pinky, you're jealous because she's my cat." "I'm not," Pinky would say. But he would begin to wonder, whose cat is she anyway? "Mom," Pinky said to his mother, "one day I think I should have 2 pets. Then Amanda and I could each have one." Pinky's mother didn't say no, and she didn't say yes. She nodded her head slowly. "We will have to think about that more, Pinky." Later, Pinky found Rex in the front yard throwing a ball up in the air and playing catch with herself. "When I'm a father," he told Rex, I'm never going to tell my kid. I'll have to think about it." "You know why." "Why?" Rex said. She had no idea what Pinky was talking about. "Because thinking about it means no." "Not always," said my mom. "My mom and dad thought a long time about adopting a baby for a long time, and now we have Matthew." "That's different," Pinky said. And just then Amanda came running out of the house across the street. "Pinky," she shouted, "Patches is gone." A pet for Pinky. Rex ran with Pinky to join them and hunt for the missing kitten. "We've We've gone everywhere already, Amanda cried. I keep calling her name, but she isn't answering. Do you know if she's dead, Pinky? Now, Amanda, her father said, you already asked us that, and we've told you she's probably not dead. She is just hiding someplace upstairs. Pinky and Rex and Amanda searching downstairs and outside. Pinky felt confident he'd find her. After all, he would come to her, the known kitten, pretty well. Patches, Patches, where are you? He called, but there was no answers. Hours passed. Just then, there was no sign of Patches. She's dead, Amanda wailed as she gone ready for bed. If she doesn't show up in the morning, her father said, we'll make flyers and then put them around town. Amanda's mother went to sit down with Amanda while she tried to fall asleep. Pinky went to his bed, or so he thought. He sooner stretched his leg out over the cover than his foot touched something soft and warm and fuzzy. Then something moved. It's something of a tongue, and the tongue licked and tickled the bottom of Pinky's foot. Patches, Pinky cried. He could feel the kitten climbing up his leg over his belly and his chest until she was poking her head from under the covers. Her eyes were looking at us. She yawned, and then she began to give his nose a bath. Oh, Patches, Pinky said. Amanda and her mother appeared at the door. We heard you shout, their mother said. You found her? Amanda cried on Pinky's bed and rubbed her face against Patches' fur. She found me, said Pinky. You can hear her purring from the next room, said her father, joining them. So where was she? In my bed, said Pinky, turning to the kitchen. He said, yes, you were. And you have everyone worried, didn't you, you naughty little kitty witty? Amanda said, I'm going to throw up. Everyone laughed. Pinky's mother sat down on the edge of the bed. Pinky, she said, Daddy and I have been talking about you shown a lot of responsibility taking care of Patches. We think you should have a pet of your own, maybe a dog. Someday, maybe soon. I wasn't sure I even wanted a dog anymore. Of course, kind of. Well, I think I like cats more. Pinky's mother smiled. Anyway, Pinky already has a pet, said Amanda. I do, said Pinky said. Well, you are her father. For heaven's sake, said Amanda. You don't expect me to do everything for her. Oh, said. Since you found her, I guess you could. I'll let you stay here with you for a night. With that said, she kissed Patches on the top of her head, took her mother by the hand, and bounced off her own bedroom. But Patches did. She turned the motor up, purring loudly in Pinky's ear, letting him know that his father was right. If you like that book, comment down below if you like that book. That was a really long book. Like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Bye! Oh, yeah. We're also going to donate these books. So, bye.